All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another one of these WMMA chat videos. All right, y'all, so for this episode or this real quick chat, I just want to run through 3 fights that people have been asking me about. They want to know if I know about these. Some of y'all been sending me the little announcements on IG, and I've been seeing them. I've been seeing them. I've just been kind of busy, covering the main fights, these bigger fights, and just been busy all around. But yeah, just getting around to talking about these 3 fights. And of course, they're coming up, in the next couple of months or so. Well, one's coming up next weekend, and I want to talk about that one. But I'm not going to talk about them in like particular order, like chronological order as far as how they take place. I'm going to start with the least interesting to the most interesting to me. That's the order I'm going to go. All right. So yeah, first up we got none other than Miesha Tate making her return against guess who? Julia Avila, December 2nd. That's right. I believe that's going to be a UFC Fight Night card. I don't think it's a pay-per-view card. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, the first weekend of December is going down. Miesha Tate versus Julia Avila. As y'all know, Miesha Tate, she's on a 2-fight losing streak right now. Her last win was actually 2 years ago, back in 2021 against Marion Renault when she made her return. And after that, she's going on a 2-fight losing streak to Ketlen Vieira last year as well. Or I think, no, 2021 as well. And then she moved down to 125. Last year, she wanted to take her chances at flyweight. I think that was like July 2022 against Lauren Murphy. And she came up short in that fight as well. And since then, she hasn't fought in like over a year now. I can't believe it's been over a year since that Lauren Murphy fight. But yeah, Miesha Tate's making her return back to 135. Let's see how that goes. Julia Avila, man, long time coming for her. She's 3-1 in the UFC. She's been out for a little over 2 years now after having a baby. I believe she also had an injury too as well. I think she had an injury too, I can't remember what the injury was. I'm just doing this off top, but I do know she was out because of the baby, so it's good to see she's ready to get back on track. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Julia Avila making a return. I hope that she still has that hunger and that fierceness about her. And that's the thing about Julia Avila. I think she will come back with that. Let me not even question that. I think she will come back with that animal in her because, this girl's a geologist and she chooses to fight. Come on. This girl studies rocks for a living. She can go off and do something else and, do something, more in the science world or nature world than be a fighter. But she chooses to come in here and put it all on the line and just go all out and fight. This girl's explosive. I like Julia Avila. And there was a point too, man, when she was winning at first. Like when she first came in, got her first 2 wins, and she was going to take on Sarge. And if she had beat Sarge, I was tempted to put her in like a triple threat for 135 or just as like a main threat. But she came up short in that fight. But then she came back and finished Julia Stoyarenko. But then, she was out. So I was like, oh, man, now she's out for the time being. So, we'll see like what type of approach she'll come back with. But I think, man, when this fight takes place, you're going to see blood, of course. You're going to see blood in a Miesha Tate and a Julia Avila fight because Julia Avila, she's going to go after it. She has that pressure style. She'll come in throwing bombs. She'll take a bomb or two. I think Miesha Tate, her main goal here is going to have to be to take this fight to the ground and try to put Avila on her back like Sarge did and neutralize her and tame her. But let's see if she can take that punch of Julia Avila, that overall pressure, because I believe Julia Avila, she's going to be ready to come back and show up. She's a bit of a character, which I like, not like a heel type of character, but just like a fun type of, out there type of fighter. She expresses a love for the sport. Like I said, somebody that's, a geologist, she comes in expressing a lot of love for the sport, so I respect that. So yeah, Tate Avila, I'm more so looking forward to this one for the fact that Avila's coming back. Miesha Tate's been there and done that now. I'm not sure if she has it like that anymore, but it's a good fight for Avila to come back against. she's getting a former champion, so that'll see where she stands, even though Tate's been out for a while and has already suffered a few losses, right? All right, so yeah. And next up we got, this fight's coming up soon, man. I thought this was in November at first. Before I did this video, I was like, let me check out this date. But man, this was coming up next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but October 7th, we got Montana De La Rosa taking on JJ Aldrich. All right. Now, first off, let me go back with history because I didn't even really talk about the other fights. I didn't do any videos on the original opponents for Montana. All right. So first off, Montana was supposed to be making a return against Stephanie Heger. Right. Stephanie Edgar was coming down from 135, 125. I didn't really care for that fight too much, but Edgar had to pull out. And then in steps Maria Agapova. She steps in. All right. And I didn't do a video on that one either. I didn't really talk about it. That fight probably would have been more so Montana's favor, I think, because all Montana have to do, I think, is take her down and drown her and not get clipped. All right. But Agapova has to pull out due to some visa issues. Okay. So she's out now. And now we got JJ Aldrich stepping in. And first off, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I like this matchup better because this is the fight I've been talking about. Shout out to BJ. This is what we've been talking about. Montana versus JJ Aldridge is the fight that needs to happen. On the unranked level, it's the fight that needs to happen. People say, what you talking about? Oh, like it's a big fight. No, I'm a fight fan. All right. I know different levels. I'm not just about the championship level. I'm about the bottom level too. And I know what the best matchups are that can be made for these fighters. I'm just saying. All right. But yeah, Montana versus JJ Aldridge. Montana De La Rosa on a 2-fight losing streak right now. Lost back-to-back to Macy Barber and Tatiana Suarez. She's 5-4 in the UFC. Definitely smells like a chop and block fight to me. It smells like one, and it spells chop and block fight to me. She's got to come in here and show up and show out. Aldridge, she actually just snapped her 2-fight losing streak against Liang Na last month. She had lost 2 in a row to Ariane Lipsky and Erin Blanchfield. And now she's currently 8-5 in the UFC. Both of these fighters, they lost to Macy Barber. And you can actually kind of match, just put these two fighters side by side, Montana De La Rosa and JJ Aldridge. This is why I want this fight to happen, because you look at these two fighters, both of these fighters, they lost like to next level fighters that actually have that next level that are, potential contenders and top contenders now, right? Like Macy Barber's in the middle right now. She's potential contender. And when you look at somebody like Erin Blanchfield that beat JJ Aldridge, she is a contender, right? And Viviane Araújo and Andrea Lee, they are at least top 15 fighters that Montana De La Rosa lost to, right? So once you look at who they lost to and who they can beat, definitely Montana and JJ Aldridge, I can't say they're bad fighters. I can't say they're like bad technical fighters. It's just something you can target in both of these fighters, something that holds them back. And to me, you could say it's like this confidence thing or this killer instinct thing with both of these girls. Like they'll throw the nicest punches, they'll get the nicest takedowns, they'll get the nice submissions in one moment like Montana, or you'll see the cleanest, nicest strikes from JJ Aldridge. But for some reason in the fight, there's something they're lacking, and then somebody in there that has that dogs them out, whether it's Macy Barber or Ariane Lipsky. Well, Montana actually beat Ariane Lipsky, but JJ Aldridge actually lost to her. But when you look at when they play into a certain style with somebody that just has that animal in them, they get overpowered, So putting these two in a cage together, what they're going to have to do against each other. Like somebody's going to have to step it up. Like if they don't, you're going to see a decision fight where somebody doesn't fully take charge, or they don't go after it, even if they hurt somebody, right? But I believe in this fight here, this is kind of like, I hate to say it, but I kind of think this might be the last time for either one of these to get to that top 15, because right now the division is moving, and anybody that just has that dog in them and that has some good basic skills about them, they're going to surpass them. They're going to surpass them. So this has to be the one where JJ has to get down and dirty, explosive takedown defense, scrambling, all of that. Montana, she's gonna have to use that power in this fight. She's gonna have to throw nice punches and follow up, and use a little bit of defense here. But I would say Montana would probably be more so closer to getting cut into this one, because I see, again, looking at the record here with JJ Aldridge, she's 8-5. She still has a pretty good ground to stand on, and I think her technique is still getting a little bit better, and she's willing to go just the extra mile, even in training, just off of what I've seen and, how I see performances actually translate. So, yeah, I think this is a good flyweight fight on the underground level, man, or unranked level. Yeah, I think y'all should definitely tune into this one. I think, we're going to see somebody have to step it up in this. I'm hoping that they do, though. We'll talk more about it later, though, because I know my man BJ, we're going to probably talk about this fight here again. So, looking forward to that one. All right. And next month, well, not next month, but in a couple months. Well, we're almost in November. We're almost in October now, so it's about a month and some change away. This one, man, just hit me by surprise, man. I was like, I pulled up IG the other day or yesterday, and they already got this thing announced, man. And I'm like, yo, this girl just fought, man. What's up? November 11th, we got Tabitha Ricci taking on Godinez, y'all. Dang, they didn't waste no time. I mean, this was one of the opponents I said Lupi probably will have to take on, but I still thought the Marina fight would have been better for, taking on somebody with more experience. But this is kind of like a prospect versus prospect thing. So, in a way it's good. In a way it's kind of bad, Tabitha Ricci, she's ranked number 10 right now. I can't believe she's in the top 10, really. Then again, I can because some fighters were pulled out due to inactivity, like Rose and, not Carla yet, but Rose and Tisha Torres, right? They were taken out due to inactivity, so that's going to bump up some fighters. But yeah, man, Tabitha Ricci, dang, saying she's top 10 now, wow. It just don't seem like she really did anything that was explosive or really special yet. She put together a string of wins over some of the lesser strawweights. But hey, what can we say? We need some new blood in there. I'm hoping that each training camp she has, we're going to see something new. We've seen a few different things. I mean, Tabitha Ricci's 4-1 in the UFC, so she's undefeated at strawweight. I mean, she had a rough debut right against Manon. That was right. But since then, she's defeated Jillian Robertson, Jessica Penne, Poliana Viana, and then Maria Oliveira. So she's beat 4 unranked fighters. To me, I think there should have been someone else in there between, like a Michelle Waterson or Angela Hill for her to fight. But dang, man, yeah, she's already top 10. So, yeah, she's going to have to really buckle down now. Now she's going to be taking on the number 13, Godinez. And Lupi, she's 6-3. And y'all know what I would say about Lupi. She's kind of like a long time coming type of fighter. I feel like should have been at top 15. Maybe if she didn't take so many short notice fights, or maybe if she'd used her wrestling more in fights, or maybe if she just tightened up on her defense, her skills a little bit, she would have been like top 15 or top 10 by now. But yeah, this one's gonna be a tough one for Ricci in my opinion, because Lupi, I believe she's got more experience here. Even in the losses, there's a couple that you could have said she's won. So you could actually say she's 8-1. You could say Lupi's 8-1 because she's beat a lot of unranked fighters and she's been getting that work in and she's been getting some good finishes. So, Lupi, she's gonna be coming for that 10 spot because in a way it's almost like rightfully hers because she should just be there. But yeah, Tabitha Ricci's got to be on her game in this one. Tabitha Ricci, she's been working on her striking. I don't know how effective it's going to be in this one. She throws a lot of like pity pat shots, which is good. I mean, she's trying to work on her speed and get in and get out. But when you're dealing with somebody like Lupi, who has very good timing and good boxing and power behind her punches, she's going to be giving Ricci all kinds of problems. That left hook. She's coming in there with that high guard like a Canelo, throwing those hard combinations when she corners you. And if it gets to the ground, Ricci is a black belt she's a jiu-jitsu. She's a jiu-jitsu specialist. She's a black belt. But I think Lupi's got that wrestling and that grappling to neutralize it. She's got that physical strength too. So, when it comes down to it, you got Lupi who's stronger, maybe a little bit more explosive, more power, and, really good at wrestling, So I think Tabitha Ricci, she's going to have to be on her game in this fight. I think Ricci might actually turn into the striker in this one, like the mover, on her feet. And Lupi's going to have to be the pressure fighter, hard puncher, closing that distance like Aaron did to Tyler and then taking her down and mauling her, But she could be open to a submission, though, from Ricci. I'll say that. Ricci's a strong fighter, So we'll see, y'all. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, though. I know it's a prospect versus prospect type of fight. But with this being a 10 versus 13, seeing Lupi beat Ricci, then get to number 10, I'd be like, oh, wow, like she's getting closer to the Andrades now and the Suarez's and the Amanda Lemos. So I believe whoever wins this fight, they might be fighting somebody like Marina next, or Verna Jandaroba, or the Andrade, or Lemos. Lemos might be, whoever wins this fight might be fighting Lemos next year. Let me put it that way, because they're going to be moving up. They might be fighting Lemos or Mackenzie Dern. We'll see. But yeah, those are our 3 fights I just wanted to talk about real quick. Tate and Avila might be some action in there because there's going to be a lot of blood. But I am looking forward to the Montana JJ Aldrich fight because whoever steps it up in that one, that's going to tell us, okay, maybe they are ready. But whoever loses, they could be on the chopping block. Well, Aldridge won't. I don't think Aldridge will be. But Ricci Lupi should be an interesting fight. Battle of the little stocky girls, seeing what they can bring to the table for the strawweight division. Not bad, not bad on fights, but I know there's some more, so I might have to come back and, talk about them in a live. Some other fights that's coming up, even in Bellator, y'all. So, yeah. Let me know y'all's thoughts on these fights, guys. Make sure y'all subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.